That's all right, no worries. And Phil, I was trying to find some common ground the other day because I was having a conversation here, and I was trying to just understand what the gentleman was believing, and he was basically saying that he believes Jesus isn't God, but at the same time he wasn't created in time.
Okay.
So I was trying to establish what. So basically, he said Jesus Christ, because I asked him. So you're saying Jesus Christ was created outside of time, right? And he said yes.
First creation being Christ before the universe was created.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
So because the Bible talks in this way when it says create firstborn of creation and all things were created through him. But if you're so I was trying to find common ground and say, well, you know, I would agree with you in a sense. We wouldn't use the word created because you're not really created if you're created outside of time, because only created things are created in time.
Not necessarily.
No? Well, this was my question, because I was thinking, what about angels? Because they haven't got body. So are they in time, or are they in a different sort of time?
No, they are outside time. In fact, I think Reginald Garrigou-Lagrange, a very famous Thomist philosopher, theologian of the early 20th century, he's got a book of his. Unfortunately, many years since I read it, so I'm a bit vague. Called Eternal Life, and he speaks of like that God dwells in eternity, and in heaven we will not dwell in the same way as God dwells, because we can't. It's God's own sphere. But we won't be dwelling in time. I think called Eviternity, a stage which is.
I'm not sure if you can argue that though. Really, I think it's an interesting kind of question, but I don't think that if God dwells outside of time, that is trans-time completely.
Okay.
If you go to heaven, and I've asked actually Bob about what he thinks the life in heaven is like, but it's kind of a linear life. It's kind of time-related life. It's the arrow of time still kind of take place, and in that case, you can't be out of time. You're experiencing the kind of
a succession
linearity,
of thoughts,
whereas God would experience all at once, right?
Yes.
But there would be a linearity in a non-God position, whether it's in heaven or not.
And without wishing to misrepresent Garrigou-Lagrange, that's his point. We don't dwell in eternity in the way God does, because we are in motion, if we can say. And so he speaks of, but we're not in time in the way we are now. Therefore, there's a third state, and I think he calls it Eviternity, if I remember right.
So there is some sort of third state of time, if you want to call it that. Right?
Yeah, or another state of a kind of semi-eternity.
Because we were.
And the angels would come. You're right. Angels would dwell in that.
Because when I was having a conversation today, I was saying my definition of time would be the measure of change. So then. Angels don't change, but then they had a decision to make at one point. So they had when they were first created, right? So is that a change?
Well, it's not a change because they are what they are forever. There's basically there's movement of thoughts,
right?
Because they have to make a decision.
So that's a change, or not really?
I'd say. Not in this normal sense we use change. It's best to speak of their status. We change. Our emotions change. Our thoughts change. Our knowledge changes. Angels aren't like that. They've got it all clear, but they still have they respond. They have wills.
Right?
So they act on their wills. No, they don't. No, that's not right. They have their own wills. They're separate entities from God.
But their wills are united with God. Or
the ones that didn't go with Lucifer. They're but they are independent.
Yes.
But they've united their wills in the way we will when we're in heaven.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay, yeah.
So you're right. Angels are created outside time.